Sony A7 IV. The Sony A7 IV is like the all-you-can-eat sushi of cameras, loaded with features, super sharp footage, and autofocus so sticky it could track your dancing cat through a tornado. The fully articulating screen and high-res 33-megapixel sensor are perfect for nailing those crispy YouTube thumbnails, though the cropped 4K at 60 frames per second and battery life leave you reaching for a charger just as you're getting sentimental about your B-roll. It is chunky in the hand and a bit spendy, but this hybrid beast is still a YouTube superstar, ready for weeks of vlogs and late-night tech rants. 9 out of 10. Sony A7C. Say hello to the Sony A7C, a full-frame camera on a perpetual diet, slim enough to fit in a messenger bag, but squishy where it counts. That tiny viewfinder might have you squinting like you just bit into a lemon. Autofocus and low-light performance are Olympic level, and the flip screen is perfect for solo creators. But the cramped controls and uninspiring kit lens leave you feeling like you brought a salad to a pizza party. If portability means everything and you do not mind sacrificing ergonomics, this compact charmer still shines for beginners hunting for that creamy background vibe. 6 out of 10. Canon EOS R6 Mark II. The Canon EOS R6 Mark II barges into your YouTube life with autofocus so sharp it could probably focus on your spirit animal. And it tracks pets, faces, and random squirrels like a caffeinated ninja. Video shooting is a dream, stabilizing 4K at 60 frames per second with a splash-proof body, and color science that makes your skin look less zombie, more influencer. The price is spicy and lens options are a bit gated, but for creators who want to flex in both photo and video, this Canon really does win the popularity contest at Camera Camp. 9 out of 10. Canon PowerShot V10. If you want to quit your phone and upgrade to a camera the size of a chocolate bar, the PowerShot V10's flip stand and wide lens bring the party until the battery dies faster than you can say subscribe. The video and audio are solid, but this little guy overheats at the mere thought of 4K, and low light makes it look like it's filming with a potato. Good for quick vlogs, bad for marathon recording or moody lighting, so get your daylight shots and pray your stream lasts longer than its charge. 5 out of 10. DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. For the daredevils and desk jockeys alike, this action camera keeps rolling when your cousin's GoPro taps out, with battery life good enough to watch a Lord of the Rings marathon and still vlog about it. The dual touchscreens and pro-grade sensor give footage a Hollywood vibe, and did I mention it laughs at rain and snow in your face? If you crave night shots or need lens mods, you might want to start a wish list, but as a tough, reliable all-rounder, dodges most of the YouTube headaches. 8 out of 10. GoPro Hero 13 Black. GoPro's Hero 13 Black is basically the action cam's latest I hit the gym and got smart moment, rocking magnetic mounts, a new lens system, and rugged build, so you can film your slam dunks and your late-night ramen reviews without missing a beat. Video is crisp, stabilization is great, and HDR adds that chef's kiss to your clips. But if you own a Hero 12, this upgrade is more why not than must buy. For new vloggers or adventure seekers, though, it's still the golden child of YouTube action shots. 9 out of 10. Sony ZV-1F. The Sony ZV-1F is basically a pocket cheerleader for budding YouTubers. Tiny, light, and somehow always ready for a selfie, even if its autofocus likes to play peekaboo mid-shot. It spits out crisp, vibrant 4K video and has all the vlogging-friendly bells, like product showcase mode and a flippy screen, but the lens is glued at 20mm, so you are stuck at arm's length. Great for talking, not so much for catching squirrels in the backyard. Battery life is meh. Stability is digital only, which feels like running with scissors. But at this price, it still makes smartphone upgrades look like a snooze fest. 8 out of 10. Insta360 X5. The Insta360 X5 is the camera for folks who want to film everything. Themselves, their friends, their dog's tail, and decide later which angle was less embarrassing. You get best-in-class 8K 360-degree video, wild low-light performance, and a touchscreen so smooth it might actually make you forgive its occasional stitching hiccups and the just try to fit me in your pocket chunky size. Sure, it is not exactly a classic vlogging cam, but if you want to make your viewers dizzy, in a cool way, this is the gold standard for creative chaos. 9 out of 10. Canon EOS R100. Canon's EOS R100 is the sensible shoes of YouTube cameras. It takes nice, sharp photos, tricks you into thinking you are shooting cinema, but when video time comes, it waves a tiny flag and sits down. You get lovely colors, a snappy autofocus for stills, and genuine blurry backgrounds. But the video specs are hopelessly basic and the rear screen feels like a sticky note taped to the back. No flip, no touch, no fun. Entry-level price, entry-level excitement. Unless you are allergic to smartphones, steer clear if you want to grow your channel. 4 out of 10. DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This tiny wizard slips right into your jeans, then pops out with crisp video and gimbal-stabilized footage, smoother than your morning coffee. You get a big 1-inch sensor that's shockingly good in low light, And the built-in tracking makes selfie shots genuinely fun, even if you're running after your dog. The downside? Drop it in a puddle and you'll be sobbing over a pricey water magnet. But all things considered, this magic wand makes YouTube-ready content easy. 8 out of 10. Sony Alpha ZV-E10. This camera basically rolls out the welcome mat for vloggers with a fully articulated screen and autofocus so sticky it could track your face in a pizza shop's chaos. Video looks great when the lighting's on your side, but crank it into low light and it gets noisier than your neighbor's lawnmower at 7 in the morning. It's lightweight and good for casual creators, but beware the rolling shutter. If you wave your camera around too much, lines might do the Macarena in the background. 7 out of 10. Canon EOS RP. Slap this svelte full-frame marvel onto your tripod and enjoy the classic Canon colors and comfortable grip that makes shooting feel like holding a baby kitten, with maybe a dash more autofocus. Image quality is fantastic for stills and video, but if action's your game, this is basically a couch potato waving its lens. Fast movement trips it up, and 4K video comes with a hefty crop that'll cramp your style. A brilliant bargain for landscape lovers and talking head YouTubers, but sprinters and sports shooters look elsewhere. 6 out of 10. Canon EOS R50. This little powerhouse tries to be your YouTube BFF, packing a punch with shiny 4K video and autofocus so smart, it could probably track a caffeinated squirrel. Sure, there's no in-body stabilization, and your arm workouts come free if you use bigger lenses, but it keeps things light and simple for quick uploads. If you're shopping for an easy, affordable all-rounder, this camera is basically waving at you from the shelf. 8 out of 10. Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II. You'd think this mighty mouse was born to vlog, rocking vibrant colors and zippy autofocus that's as fast as your morning coffee spill. However, the lack of crispy 4K video makes it feel like time traveling back to the era of dial-up for today's content creators. Still, if portability and quick point-and-shoot charm are your jam, this will fit your pocket and your patience. 6 out of 10. Sony Alpha ZV-10 II. Sony finally fixes their vlogging camera with this snazzy gadget offering glorious uncropped 4K up to 60 frames per second, a grip that won't let your pinky dangle, and a battery that practically runs on dreams and ambition. It's got more video options and features than your favorite editing app, though using huge lenses might feel like balancing a bowling pin on a tennis racket. For creators who want nearly everything for under $1,000, this is the hot ticket. 9 out of 10. Insta360 X4. This tiny camera packs an 8,000 pixel punch and captures everything around you. So if your cat photobombs your shot, you can just frame it out and keep recording your thing instead. The selfie stick trick makes you look like you have your own low-flying drone, while the waterproof and beefy battery make you the hero of any "why are we filming under a waterfall" moment. But videographers may cry if the footage gets stitched weirdly in high-contrast forests, so just stick to the sunny stuff and you'll be golden. 8 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix S5 II. This camera is the Swiss Army knife for YouTubers. Practically unlimited video recording, stabilization so smooth it forgives your caffeine shakes, and setup menus that even your grandma can navigate. The autofocus finally woke up and got a real job, so you won't blur into background obscurity during your next makeup tutorial. Sadly, it's got the personality of a brick and JPEGs that look like they were fed leftovers, but if you shoot raw and edit later, it's a content creator's delight. 9 out of 10. Canon EOS R7. Canon's little dynamo is fast, has great battery life, and snaps crispy footage for all those "I can't believe my hamster did that" moments. But the autofocus can be a diva at high bursts, and finding the right lens is like hunting rare Pokemon. Hope you like zooms. The command wheel setup is confusing enough to make even a seasoned shooter question their life choices, but if you use full-frame lenses, you'll get the real magic. Solid camera, but with quirks that might make you wish for something simpler. 6 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix G100D. This tiny wonder is so light you could vlog in a hurricane and still keep your hair on point. But sorry, shaky hands. There is zero in-body stabilization here, so your sunrise run-and-gun montage might look more like earthquake footage. Flipping the screen out feels great, and the smart selfie mode is ready to do its best to flatter your tired face, though you will need an external microphone to capture audio that does not sound like you are filming in a blender. Not bad for beginners or minimalist creators, but with missing stabilizer swag, it gets a solid 6 out of 10. Panasonic Lumix GH7. This beast shows up to the YouTube game, swinging more features than your favorite streaming setup. With a high megapixel sensor, wild video quality, and so many pro-grade modes that you might end up recording a Hollywood blockbuster instead of just a travel vlog. Built-in stabilization means goodbye to bumpy action, and even 240 frames per second slow motion can keep up with action shots. But all this power might roast your budget unless your subscribers are paying the bills. If you want cinematic everything and your wallet is cool with it, Toss this one an epic 9 out of 10. Fujifilm XS20. This little dynamo packs a punch with killer battery life and a grip so cozy, you will forget your pinky is floating in the void. Plus, there are more dials than a DJ booth for pure creative control. The video and stills are sharp enough to make your vacation look like a travel ad, though it is almost too sensible and practical. And let us face it, nerdy, making boring the word that pops up in some reviews. But at least it will never let you down at a shoot. Not a heartbreaker, but certainly a dependable +1. So it lands at 8 out of 10. Sony ZV-E1. Talk about a little camera with a big attitude. The ZV-E1 delivers movie-quality 4K video and makes rookie YouTubers look like they hired a whole production crew. The AI autofocus tracks your face with borderline psychic accuracy, and the stabilized sensor means you can run, jump, or awkwardly dance and still look smooth as butter. Sure, there's no cooling vent and only one card slot, but this thing is so light and travel-friendly, you'll forgive it faster than you forgive your flaky friend. 9 out of 10. Sony A700. The A6700 comes in swinging with killer 4K and a battery that outlasts most streaming marathons. Seriously, you could film your cat's nap from start to finish 3 times over. The menu system finally makes sense. Autofocus has the IQ of a border collie, but using the controls can feel like a Rubik's Cube before coffee. No joystick, just touch and D-pad fumbles. If you're all about video features and don't mind some ergonomic shenanigans, it's a solid toolbox. Otherwise, grab your aspirin. 7 out of 10. Sony ZV-E10 II. This desk-friendly dynamo offers sharp 4K video, improved autofocus, and 0 recording limits, so your podcast can go on as long as your rants do. It hits the sweet spot for tabletop streaming, but skips in-body stabilization, so you'll want to keep it steady unless you like motion sickness with your morning coffee. All the features are stuffed into a compact body that's priced to let you buy a backup or 3, and still have cash left for snacks, but its lack of AI tricks keeps it from vlogging perfection. 8 out of 10. Insta360 Go 3. Strap this mini magnet to your hat, your dog, or possibly your lunch, because the Insta360 Go 3 is fun-sized madness with wireless controls that make vlogging anywhere feel like a covert spy mission. But crank up your ambitions past 2.7K video, and the image turns from crisp hero to mushy sidekick, with shaky wearable footage wobbling so much you'd think you filmed during an earthquake. Great for quick shots and wild mounting ideas, but if you want serious YouTube clout, you will outgrow its bite-sized tricks fast. 5 out of 10. Canon EOS R8. Canon took the guts from their pricier R6 Mark II, wrapped them in a lightweight, compact shell, and gave YouTubers autofocus that locks onto a running cat like it owes you money. Sure, there's no in-body image stabilization, the battery's about as ambitious as a lazy hamster, and the whole thing screams beginner, but the footage is deliciously sharp. Colors pop, and it makes even your most boring rant look good. For creators who want full-frame magic without the pro price tag, this is a winner. If you do not mind loving your camera more than the actual process of using it. 8 out of 10. Sony Z1 M2. Sony designed this pocket rocket for vlogging speed demons, packing a wide 18 to 50mm zoom, buttery autofocus, and surprisingly crisp 4K video in a body so light it practically floats. Packed with clever features like a flip-out screen, built-in ND filter, and a furry mic wind muff, which sounds suspicious but does wonders for audio. This camera nails the selfie game, even while you are walking and talking. Tiny battery, awkward tripod placement, and some missing manual controls keep it from total glory. But for punchy, travel-ready vlogs, it's a compact legend. 7 out of 10. Sony Alpha A7s. This camera is the low-light ninja that sneaks through dark rooms, capturing buttery smooth video. Even if your YouTube channel is mostly midnight fridge raids, while the video quality is so crisp you could practically slice bread with it, the autofocus sometimes hunts more than a cat chasing a laser pointer, so you will have to forgive a few out-of-focus shots when you spontaneously leap out of your chair. Price-wise, it is spicier than most YouTube sponsors' hot sauce. And for new creators, there are better, more wallet-friendly picks out there unless you are planning on shooting in a literal cave. 6 out of 10.